Welcome back, guys, to another video. In today's West Ham video, I want to talk about Patson Daka. It's someone that's been linked with West Ham in several media outlets. I want to give a bit of context, what he could potentially bring to West Ham if West Ham were to sign him. I've done a similar video on Abdullah Sima. It went down well with, some of you guys, and you guys asked for maybe potential scout reports. So this is what it is, giving you a bit of context about a potential signing. Now, before we get into it, guys, if you're new to the channel, support West Ham. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Very close to 2,200 subscribers on this West Ham channel. We try and create West Ham content as much as I can, especially during this lockdown period. Hit the like button. Check out my Patreon for other West Ham content, for extra West Ham content for a couple pounds a month. Now, who is Patson Daka? Now, I understand a lot of you guys may not watch the Austrian Bundesliga, may not know who Patson Daka is. So this video is about giving you further context. Now, who does he play for? He plays for Red Bull Salzburg. Now, Red Bull Salzburg are probably, they are the best team in the Austrian Bundesliga, but they are very well known for developing talent and selling them for a profit. Just a couple to give you. Erling Haaland, everyone knows who Erling Haaland is. Played for Red Bull Salzburg. The hype around this kid. He went to Borussia Dortmund. He's set in the Bundesliga a lot. He's doing very well in Champions League games. This guy is the next best thing in terms of strikers. Dominik Szoboszlai. I've probably absolutely butchered his name, but he was linked with all the top clubs. Arsenal, Manchester United. He's now just joined Red Bull Leipzig in the Bundesliga. Now, Red Bull Leipzig have probably bought him to then potentially sell him on into the future. We've also got now Patson Daka, who looks like he was, the replacement for Erling Haaland. And in terms of his goals record so far last season, Dan Wofford put a tweet out. West Ham's target, Patson Daka, 19-20 season by numbers, 31 appearances, 24 goals, 6 assists, 0.5 goals per shot on target, 30 goal contributions in 31 games. Exciting. Tell it now. He's a Zambian. Well, he's from Zambia. I'm presuming he's a Zambian international. But in terms of what this guy could bring to West Ham, why could he come to West Ham, actually, first, is the first thing. Freddie Canute. Who remembers Freddie Canute? Turns out that Freddie Canute is this guy's agent. Now, there is reports that Patson Daka wants to prove himself in the Premier League. So at the moment, it does look like West Ham are probably the front runners in terms of teams in the Premier League, because it looks like we've already started negotiations with Red Bull Salzburg. But let's get into what he could actually bring to West Ham in terms of, his ability, goal scoring. We've already spoke about his numbers. His numbers are exemplary. Doesn't matter what league he's in at the moment, because whilst I can understand that, the Austrian Bundesliga, is it, in terms of quality, it's nowhere near the Premier League. But whoever we sign, guys, whoever we sign, it's going to be a gamble. If we sign Adam Armstrong from the Championship, it's going to be a gamble, because they're going to want £20 million. If we sign someone, from the Sparta, the Czech leagues, from the Slavia Prague team or the Sparta Prague team, Sima or Huzlek, they're going to be gambles. Thomas Souček was a gamble. He paid off. Soufal was a gamble. He paid off. Bayern was a gamble. He paid off. So whoever we sign, it's going to be a gamble, whoever is signed. Now, in terms of what kind of team he plays in at Red Bull Salzburg, he does play in a very attacking team. Now, going from Salzburg to West Ham, in terms of a very attacking team to a West Ham team that are not defensive, but we're cautious, we'll let the other team have possession, but when we do get the ball, we have the quick transitions. Now, he does play in a 4-4-2, so he does play with another partner. At West Ham, we don't. We play in a lone formation. But the reason why I believe that Patson Daka can come from Salzburg and adapt to the way we want to play is, firstly, his athleticism. Okay, when West Ham have Antonio up top, right, we need a long-term replacement for Antonio. Whilst I do love Antonio, he's 30. We can't rely on his hamstrings, and I feel like this guy is the perfect match. Right, in terms of what he could bring, he's very athletic. He can run the channels. He's very fast. He likes to sit on the last defender. Maybe when a ball's played through, get on to that space, onto the end of the ball to maybe create a chance. And it's something that we didn't have with Sebastian Haller. We had to alter our style of play. When we had the ball, for example, with a right back, we had to play a direct ball to Haller if we had any chance of keeping possession. And those type of balls are normally cut out. But the great thing about having Daka or Antonio in the team is that when you've got the ball at right back, you can literally just put the ball in an area of space. And then if you've got a striker up there who's mobile, who can run the channels, who's quick, who's athletic, they can run the channels, and they give you a bit of hope that you can either regain possession or retain possession, or even get on the end of a loose ball and then maybe profiting from it, have a shot, score a goal. So in terms of what he would bring, he's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer. He reminds me exactly of Michail Antonio. But as I said, Michail Antonio was a wide player converted into a striker. And you can tell that, he's mentioned on loads of podcasts and loads of videos that he wasn't in academies. He wasn't taught how to kick a ball properly, like technically not as sufficient as maybe other Premier League players that were in Premier League academies. He sort of had to self-teach himself. And you can see that sometimes with his finishing. He's not a natural finisher. Whilst he does score goals for us, he's not actually a natural finisher. Now, this guy, very competent on left foot, right foot, looks like a natural finisher. £25 million is being reported. And for me, if I was West Ham and if I had £25 million, I would go and sign him. Yes, it is a gamble, but every signing, if you sign him for the Championship, like I said, the Sparta Prague guy, Simmer, and it does look like that all these players that we're being mentioned with, Adam Armstrong, Simmer, Huzlek, a lot of these players are around the 20 to 25 million mark. So we're going to be spending this amount of money. It's not like we're talking about £5 million signings, then we're going to go and sign a 25 million player. Every signing that we're going to, any player that we potentially could sign is going to represent a gamble. But in terms of what this guy could bring, I generally thought from watching this guy, and I'm not going to say that I'm the most elite, person in terms of knowing who he is. I've had to do a bit of my research in terms of giving you a bit of context of this guy, but he would be a very good signing from what I can see for West Ham. And I've always anticipated that he'd probably go on to maybe play for a bigger and better team than West Ham. We've seen with Erling Haaland, he's gone to Borussia Dortmund Champions League team. Dominik Szoboszlai, absolutely butchered his name again probably, but he's gone to Red Bull Leipzig. This guy, I anticipated that he'd probably not go to the elite, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, those kind of teams, but a team that's certainly in the Champions League. So if West Ham were able to get this guy, it would represent a coup in my opinion, because whilst we're not a selling club at the moment, but there will be teams like Chelsea. If we're doing well, teams are going to be looking at our players and saying, well, who West Ham are having a good season. Who at West Ham could we pick on? And he is someone that would have a potential resale value. He's only 22 years of age. So long-term replacement, if we can keep hold of him, we could keep him for 4, 5, 6 seasons when he's hit the 27, 28 years of age, if he does well, and then potentially sell him on for a huge profit. And if it doesn't work out, because of the potential that he had, and sort of the reputation that he slowly built himself up as a sufficient finisher, an athletic guy, can run the channel, score goals, hold the ball up, create chances and assists. 6 assists in 30 games for a striker ain't too bad, really. Ain't too bad. You struggle to see many, creative players in terms of cams, left wings, right wings actually get those kind of numbers. To get 6 assists whilst he is playing in a very attacking team, and if he would come to West Ham, he would probably need time to adapt, because we're not that attacking. We're happy to concede possession. We're not defensive. We're happy to concede possession, but that's when we're at our best, in our opinion, because it creates more space on the pitch. When the team's overcommit, then that's where we hit him on the break. So for me, if we're able to get him, I would 100% go and get him. Freddie Kanouté being his agent, probably, and talking about his love of West Ham, Freddie Kanouté, that is, not so long ago, probably puts us in a good stead, because he's probably going to be in his ear, well, West Ham are interested. This could be a very, very good club for you to continue your development, prove yourself in the Premier League, because Daka apparently wants to prove himself in the Premier League, which is fantastic to hear, because whilst other clubs like Arsenal are looking at him, it does look like West Ham are the early front runners in terms of negotiations. Now, guys, it sounds like I'm getting excited. I am, because if we do sign him, we will win the Premier League, okay? Right, maybe not that far, but, this is only a potential scout report. I'm just trying to give a bit of context to you guys. You guys, who maybe not heard of the league he plays in, the environment he comes from, the player he is, never heard of his name. It's just to give you a bit of context. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you haven't already. Check out my other West Ham videos. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, check out my Patreon, couple pounds per month for extra couple of videos a week. Members Discord as well in there. Check that out. Catch you later. See you later, boys.